Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be building this bad boy. Been after one of these for a long time. I remember seeing these as a kid. I was like, oh yeah. So I've got a few. I've got this, I've got the Midnight Pumpkin. I plan to get the lunchbox. I found a mod where it does, you know, on the lunchbox where when you push the suspension down, the geometry all changes. I found a mod on eBay that fixes that problem, so keep an eye out for them videos. I'm not going to be putting the Hobbywing Easy Run ESC. I've gone for this from Banggood. It's like a third of the price. I think it cost me about 30 quid. Bought a few of them. It's a 60 amp 2S or 3S ESC. Bit of a bigger footprint than the Max 10 that I usually go for, but yeah, it's alright. I'm also going with a 3300 kV motor. It's obviously not going to be as good as a Hobbywing because it's like a third of the price, and you know, buy cheap, buy twice and all that good stuff, but hopefully it won't be too bad for this boy. I've got the MIP diff for it, ball bearings. I've got this low profile JX Servo 4409 MG. Usually pay £16 for these on Amazon, but if you're getting from Banggood, the 12 quid. Obviously there's a bit of a shipping delay on them, but if you buy in bulk, it's all good. Don't know what happened then, the GoPro just flashed at me for some reason, but yeah. So the Monster Beetle, and there's been a bit of break in videos because unfortunately this bad boy decided to throw its hand in the CPU in it over, it failed. So while I was at it, I upgraded. I put all RGB lights in it. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a GeForce GTX RTX 3090 in it. 10 core processor. So yeah, hopefully get some editing done and we'll be all good. So yeah, let's jump straight into this build. Here we go guys, got all the parts out, going to jump straight into it. Is step 2, we're going to go from step 2 through to step 3, and then step 4 is getting the servo and the electronic speed controller in. So I'll do step A, part 2 and 3 first, get that done. Mojo, psst. Say hello. Hello. And there we go, boys. Step 2 to 3 done. Pretty simple. The only thing you've got to be aware of is just using the right screws, like BA8 on the side where the switch mount is. And yeah, pretty good. Now we're moving on to step 4, which is getting the servo in. So I'll get the electronics, center the servo, and then put it in. Do that next. So first mistake, I've just gone to put my servo in and I have not put part C14, which is the second black piece of plastic to mount the servo on. So I'll be taking a few screws out, getting that bad boy back in, then we're good to get the servo in. Right boys, servo in. You're meant to place the ESC on the side of the servo, but I don't think there's many ESCs except the standard one that's going to fit there, so we'll have to solve that problem when we get to it. Yeah, could probably put it up here. Yeah, probably put it there, I reckon. So now we're going to get the receiver in. Yeah, actually, it shows you can actually put it there. There's two options. So yeah, get both of them stuck there, and then we should be good to go. And there we go boys, there's step 2 all the way through to step 5 is done. Now we're moving on to step 6, which is building up the servo saver and the steering rods. Yep, so I'll do that next. It's coming along nice, this is a nice little kit. Every Tamiya, you never know what you, especially when it's your first kit, you never know what you're gonna get. When I first saw this, I was like, I don't fucking, I don't fancy that. But yeah. Move on to step 6 next. So there we go guys, step 7 done, servo in. Now we're moving on to step 8, which is creating the front axles. So that'll be interesting, do that next. Yup.
Watch out, pause.
There you go, boys. There's step 8 through to step 10, well, through to step 11 done. That front suspension, it's a lot more complicated than you first think when you first look at it. But I don't know if it's the same on the Frog and the what's the other one, the Brat Subaru. But yeah, good stuff. Now we're moving on to step 12, which is just get a few bits on it, the dust cover and the body mount. So we'll get that done next. Then we're moving on to step 13, which will be doing the gearbox, but we won't be putting the standard diff in it. Oh no, we'll be putting the MIP diff in it, MIP diff. So hopefully that'll sort that back in now. Do that next. And there you go, boys, there's step 12 done, dust cover, front body mount on, yep, all good. So now we're moving on to step 13, which is starting the rear gearbox. I'm sure I've said that before. Have I said it before? Well, I'll say it again. Start the rear gearbox. Right, boys, so starting off with this MIP rear diff, it's really easy to get really clear instructions, so it shouldn't take so long. So we'll jump straight into that, get that done. and then the gearbox only should take a few minutes and it'll be done. Do that next. There you go, boys, that's the MIP diff done. Feels absolutely lovely. You're not going to get any of that separation pushing them plates apart like you do with the original, so you can put a bit of a better motor in. So yeah, that's all good. Now we'll start getting that gearbox together. Yep. And there we go, guys, there's step 13 through to 14 done. The gearbox done, that MIP diff goes in there nicely. You're just going to need a 2mm hex just to tighten it up. When there's a little metal, there's a little nylon like pole with a hole in it, you've got to line that up. It's got a flat edge mark in it. I should have shown you when I was doing it, but you just got to mark that up so your screw can go through, and the piece of nylon adds as a like a thread lock. Yeah, so that goes in there nicely. Now we're moving on to step 15, which is getting it attached to the chassis. Yep. That is remarkable how it goes together. You've got to remove the two M3B6 screws. You've got to remove the 4 screws because that's just to hold the gearbox, the plates in place when you're building the gearbox up, and then yeah, bolts it on the back. I like it. It's how it's this mixture of plastic and metal, proper like a bit of a Tonka toy. So yeah, good stuff. Now we're moving on to step 16 and 17. We will get the drive shafts done and get the rear axles on. Do that next. Wow, you haven't lived until you've built the rear end of a Monster Beetle. That was very interesting. The way it goes together isn't great, but you know, there's a lot of friction there. I'm not sure if the shocks are going to be strong enough to push that, but I'm sure it'll loosen up over time. But yeah, so that's step 16 through to 18. Now we're moving on to step 19, which is doing the shocks. So I'll do the shocks off camera. When you come back, they will be on the car. Yep, do the shocks next. And there you go, boys, the car is practically finished. Front shocks on, you put the gold ones on the back. Yeah. Wow. It's a really interesting design. It's like, I'm really surprised how it all comes together. Like, I don't know which was brought out first, the frog, and then they developed it to be this. I don't know, but if you do know, let me know down below what come out first. So now we're moving on to step 27, which is getting that motor in there. So get that done next. And there you go, boys. I'm made up with that. I really enjoyed this build. Yeah, it was proper mad. The solutions it comes up for some of its designs is like, you know. I don't know when it come out. Tell me when it come out. Drop a link. Drop something in the comments below. Let me know when this was actually when it come out. But yeah. So yeah, I'll get the wheels on it and we'll come back. So let's have a look what it looks like with this body on. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boys. Wow, yeah, that is smart. Love that. Mojo, come here, Mojo. Oh, what do you reckon of that, boys? That just looks nice, that, doesn't it? Yeah, made up with that. Just got to get the stickers on. And then we're good to go. A few little details left to do on it. But yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Right, so waiting for the battery to charge, then we'll get it running. Make sure it's all alright, and then we'll put the stickers on. Do that next. And there you go, boys, she's finished, and she turned out pretty nice, if I do say so myself. This is an iconic RC. It's an iconic looking RC. It just looks the part. So yeah, I really enjoyed that build. If you made it this far, thanks for tuning in. Let's have a look what it sounds like. That fan is pretty loud. Yeah, boys, so thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, please drop us a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Stay tuned for when the running video, I'll get it out pretty soon. We're in the middle of a storm at the moment, so just waiting for that to die down, and then we'll get back out. But yeah, that's the Tamiya Monster Beetle added to the collection. See you in the next